Hey everyone, Mike here from Niyama Wellbeing, and welcome to this rebuild yoga practice. The purpose of this practice is if you've been out injured for a while, or if you're returning to a yoga practice, or even beginning a yoga or any kind of fitness practice, then this is for you. We're going to be working slowly, but we're going to be challenging ourselves still, just to remind the body that ultimately we are in control. But I'm going to go extra slowly today. So if you're doing this and you're more current with your practice, feel free to go ahead a little bit or hold a bit longer in certain positions. I will catch you up. Don't worry about that. So we're going to start on our feet. Just grip the toes into the ground. Take a gentle bend in the knees. Nothing too much. And we're just going to find a few rolls in the shoulders. Starting by rolling back. Whenever you feel ready to start to move them forwards. And then just mix it up a little bit. A little shoulder roll cocktail, backwards and forwards. If you want to add a little twist in the hips, feel free to do so. Nice and slow. Just feeling the weight of the body, but ultimately noting that you have the strength and the control over it. Feel that strength in the quads, feel the strength in the lower back. Finding any last shoulder and hip movements here. It's only going to be about 25 minutes. Keeping those knees lightly bent. We're going to sweep the arms up to the sky. Notice with the legs bent, that little bit of extra support that you have. On an inhale, just stretch the arms a little bit taller. Take it nice and slow. Don't go from here to here. Almost like you're in a slow motion video. Just taking the hands up nice and slow, finding where you feel that you need to stop. And then just lower the hands back down. All the way down. Find a few more rolls in the shoulders. Still with the knees bent. Inhale, sweep up. And again, just find as much of that extra height as you feel is right for you. Taking it slow, deep breath. Exhale, lower back down. Last time, roll the shoulders. Doing things in threes, because I like even numbers, and I don't like maths. Last time, we're going to inhale up. This time, as you find the extra height, stretch and straighten the legs. Taking that bend out in the knees. If you need it still, be my guest. Keep that bend in the knee. If you can, just take it all the way up. Taking a breath in. On a very slow exhale, twist to your left-hand side. Keep the right hand raised. Take your left hand back behind you, looking over your left shoulder. Just gently, if you can, we're just going to twist closer towards 10 or 11, back towards 12, 10 or 11, back to 12, just moving with the body, with the breath. And then come back through the middle, slowly reach back up. Deep breath in. Exhale across slowly, opposite side. Left hand stays raised, right hand reaching back, looking over the shoulder. Just start by finding this stable base, finding your position. And then again, this time we're working our way towards 1, towards 2, back towards 12. One side might feel slightly tighter than the other. This would be that side for me. Just a few more repetitions, side to side. Feeling the hip loosen. Feeling the weight in the arm and the shoulder grow, along with your strength. As we come back through the middle, reaching back up tall, this time interlacing our hands, push the palms up to the sky. Much like before, push the palms up as much or as little as you feel that you can or you want to. Again, if you need to, take that gentle bend back in the knees. Goal here is to find as much length in your spine, in your body as you can, where you still feel comfortable. Take a breath in. Slowly exhale it back out. Just a few more of those breaths. During this practice, to compensate for not moving so fast, we're going to really focus on the breath. Fully breathing in each time, and really taking our time, almost exaggerating with our exhales. Stay here for one more of those deep breaths. And on said exaggerated exhale, start to lean across to your left-hand side, pushing the palms from shoulders, breathing into the right side body. Stay in control of the breath. One more time, inhale. On the exhale, release your left hand as if you're reaching towards your left pinky toe. Let the right hand fall further over. Just here for 2 breaths. Trying to keep our body as engaged as we can as well. To do that, grip the toes, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes, open the fingers wide. One more breath in. Very, very slowly. Inhale, start to come back up. Take both arms back to the sky, bring the hands back together, turn the palms up. Take a couple of breaths in here. One more time, inhale. On the exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly start to lean across to the right hand side, keeping the hands together. Push the hands from shoulders. Focus the breath to the left side body this time. Keeping the toes gripped, keeping the body engaged. Find a full breath. On the exhale this time, right hand is going to drop down towards the toes, reaching the left hand further over. Stretching the fingers wide if you want to really work the body a bit harder. If you're feeling like you don't want to work the body so hard, just disengage the body entirely and just let the body find the stretch and the bend. A couple more times breathing in. Inhale, slowly come back up. Last time, hands together, push the palms up. This one is very much at your choice. Grip the toes, squeeze the quadriceps, take a breath in. On an exhale, just let yourself lean back as much or as little as you want or as you feel you can. Just pushing the hips forward. Again, you're going to feel that strength and support in the quads, in your lower back. One more breath in. As slow as you like, as slow as you can, start to work your way back up. Keeping the hands together to begin with. One last stretch up. Releasing the hands. Coming onto the tips of the toes, just reach up to your left-hand side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come across to the opposite side. I'll move a bit slower, I got a bit carried away. Back across to the left, come through the center, take it over, come up onto the toes. Just start to move at your speed. Again, almost as if we're in slow motion. One more time on each side, left and right. And we're going to add a little flow, but a nice slow flow. Meet back in the center, stretch tall, deep breath in. Find a bend in the knees, exhale nice and slow to start to fold forwards. So here, if you're feeling you can, reach all the way down to the toes. If you feel that you need to, take a hold of your elbows, just let yourself rock from side to side. Equally, if you need to here, take a block or 2 blocks and just rest your hands on them. Coming back to our deep breath, sending it to the tailbone, to the psoas muscle. Deep breaths. One more time, breathe in. On the next inhale, hands come to the ground. One leg at a time, step back into Kumbhakasana, plank position. We're going to lower straight down to our forearms. Salamba Bhujangasana. Take a breath in. On the exhale, just drop the knees, the chest, the chin. Bring the feet flat. Bring the chest to the ground. Let the forehead tap the ground. Stay for one full breath. On the next inhale, slowly work your way back into Salamba Bhujangasana. And then from here, curl the toes into the floor, keeping the forearms on the ground. We're going to work our way into Adha Pincha, dolphin pose. Pushing the glutes to the sky. If you need to, keep a bend in the knees. If you want, you can almost walk the dolphin. We're not walking the dog, we're walking the dolphin. If there is such a thing, there is now. And from walking the dolphin, one hand at a time, come off the forearm, onto the palm, coming up into what I would call the laziest down dog you can possibly muster. Knees overly bent, arms a little bit loose, and then just gradually start to walk the dog. Work in the body. And then very, very slowly start to walk the feet to the top of the mat, meeting back in your preferred Uttanasana, your preferred fold forward. So whether that's all the way down, touching toes, whether it's holding the elbows, whether it's resting on a block. And if we were working on slow motion before, we're going on super mega slow motion now. Just take the arms out wide. Almost as if you were winding somebody up here. Just roll the body up so slowly. Taking your time. Keep the chin tucked to the chest. Let the spine grow tall. Reach the arms above the head. And then let the head roll back, looking at the space between the hands. Palms come to touch, lower them down to the center of the chest, into Tadasana, taking 3 breaths in. Nice and slowly. One more breath. Okay, release the hands. Come back to those shoulder rolls. Shake it out, work it out. And we're gonna come into a Wim Hof style horse stance right now. So we're gonna take our legs as wide as we can. Toes and knees point out. Tailbone tucked, gentle bend in the knees. Shoulders roll back. On the inhale, sweep up. On the exhale, slowly work into cactus arms. We're going to alleviate the pressure from one knee at a time. Take a breath in. On the exhale, push your left hand over to the right, twisting in the hip, straightening the left leg as well as the left arm, keeping the right arm in a cactus position. Breathe into that stretch, all down this hip, all down the leg. And in one motion, but nice and slow, we're going to inhale back in, bending back into the left leg. And exhale as we go across to the opposite side, straightening the right leg, straightening the right arm. Depending on how you're feeling, just start to move with the breath, going as fast or as slow as you feel is right for you. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, don't straighten the leg as you push the hand. Entirely up to you. Just a couple more repetitions. One time pushing to the right. One last time back across to the left. Meet back in the center. If you can, take that stance a little bit wider still. Bring the palms to touch, coming into a sumo squat. Tailbone tucked, spine as tall as you can. Not gonna be here for long. Don't wanna overwork the knees. But I want you to engage the body as much as you can. Grip the toes, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes. Push the palms together, feel the biceps and the shoulders engage. If you need to at any time, just straighten the legs, but keep everything engaged. Taking one more breath. On an exhale, sink in as much as you can. Just here for one breath. Hands come down to the ground, stepping slowly back into Kumbhakasana. Again, lower down to your forearms, Salamba Bhujangasana. This time we'll stay for 2 breaths in. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, feet flat, forehead touches the ground. Take a couple of breaths in. Inhale, Salamba Bhujangasana. Curl the toes. Inhaling Adha Pincha, dolphin. One hand at a time. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths, this time pushing our heels back, straightening the legs as best we can. Pelvis all the way to the sky. Take a full breath. On the exhale, lower the knees to the ground. Take them as wide as your mat. Connect your big toes to touch. Sink all the way back into Balasana. taking 5 breaths in. Just relaxing the body, but pushing the glutes back towards the heels as much as you can. Two more breaths. One more time, breathing in. Slowly start to walk the hands in, meeting in a tabletop position. Just going to do a few leg lifts and stretches here. We're just going to lift the left leg up, stretch it back, find that full length of the leg, feel the sole of your foot pulling away from your hip. Bring it back in, bring it back down, opposite side comes up, stretch it back, find the full length, bring it back in and down, find your speed here. You might have found a second wind at some point during that practice, and if you want to move a little bit faster here, do so. Or if, like me, you want to use this as the beginning of the end of our practice, the beginning of our cool down, that's also totally fine. Just a few more times, up and stretch. Bring it in, bring it down, bring it up, take it back. One more time on each side. Bring it in, crawl up to the very top of the mat, crossing the feet, coming back into Sukhasana, seated position. Just a couple of folds to the sides and forwards as we wrap up this practice. Inhale, reach up tall. On the exhale, drop the left hand down. For a deeper twist, start to walk your left hand closer towards 2 or 1 o'clock. Deepening the twist, taking the right hand over the head, reaching towards your left fingertips. Breathing into the right side body. Inhale, reach up, twist through the center. Exhale, right hand comes over, left hand stretches across, right hand walking towards 10, walking towards 11, taking this top hand over the head, reaching to the fingertips. Slowly come up, reach tall, find the height. On the exhale, fingertips to the ground. Walking ourselves out slowly. If you need to here, take a block for the forehead. Let the hand stretch out. Likewise, if you need to, take the block for the hands or for both. Whatever you feel is right for you. Let the body weight do the hard work. Draw you down to the ground. Take 2 breaths, tailbone to neck. Exhale it back out. One more time, breathe in. Exhale back out. And slowly walk the hands back in, push the body up nice and slowly. Palms face up on top of the knees, tailbone tucked towards spine, open body. One last breath in. Slowly as you can, exhale it back out. Thank you ever so much for joining me for this rebuild practice. Plenty more to come. As always, most importantly, stay happy, stay well. See you next time. Cheers.